Hi there, and welcome to Designing and Developing an Online Course. I'm your course facilitator, Stony Gaddy. In this short little video, hopefully I'll keep it under 10 minutes, but I'll take you through some step-by-step tutorial kind of pace to give you a tour of the DDOC course shell and Blackboard, maybe go over a couple of the handouts, most of which you can kind of read on your own, so I won't go into detail, but just to give you a click-by-click overview of getting from point A to point Z. All right, from the NWCCD homepage at sheridan.edu, we'll go ahead and go through the My NWCCD portal. So I'll click on the My NWCCD link up on the horizontal navigation bar on the district website, and then that'll take us to this page here, and has some information about activating the account, so for students and adjuncts, forgetting your password, needing further help. There's some little drop downs with some additional links and information there. But I'm going to go ahead and log in with my NWCCD credentials. Yep, I thought I had an extra character there. Oops. Okay, and then once we're on the portal homepage, over on the left column, there's a couple of tabs, My Team Sites and then Blackboard or My Classes. It is Blackboard. SharePoint calls them My Classes. And that should be the default tab that pops up. Just like over in Announcements, Announcements is the forward-facing or top frame, if you will, or if I click on Events and News, but Announcements. And we're still waiting for the Blackboard courses to load. And they're coming. And it doesn't usually take this long. Okay. So let's see here. Fall 2000. Okay, so I can see some updates, announcements you'll see here. But the topmost link on each course will take you to the course homepage. But it is nice to have that little web part over there to give you a little bit of updated information about your course, or especially to your students. Now, obviously, if you're uploading material, or you've created a test, or you've sent out an announcement, of course, you're going to note those things. But every little reminder that a student gets regarding your course, obviously, the better off they are. Okay. Let's see here. Currently there are no announcements, but as soon as I'm done with this video, I'll plop it out into the Start Here folder, create an announcement, and so on. In fact, for the first week, I'll have the home page set as the default entry page, and then the second and subsequent weeks, I do like to use the announcements page as the entry point, because the home page, while a good introductory storefront, if you will, with course information, contact information, all of that's good, fine and dandy for the first week, but beyond the first week, it's pretty static and nothing ever changes. Whereas in the announcements page, I'll send out not only the weekly announcements, but reminders about due dates coming up, or, hey everybody, check out this video that I saw on TED Talks or YouTube, or check out this article that I've read, etc. So at minimum, the weekly announcements, but I usually send 2 or 3 or 4 announcements every week just to keep the party going, I guess, if you will. Okay. So then looking over at the learning modules, we have access to Start Here in Module 1 this first week. Now I'm in as the instructor, so I have edit privileges, and I have these menus here that the students won't see or the participants won't see. and these are actually hidden. So when you're logged in, you'll see the Start Here module in Module 1, but not the others. Okay. I've also placed a link to the Start Here module on the home page. So whether you click on this link here or go directly to Start Here, whatever's fine. Okay. Now the video that you see here is from a previous semester. So as soon as I'm done recording this video, I'll replace this video with the one I'm currently recording, and then it'll all be up to date. Okay, so you'll watch the course tour, which you're already doing, okay? Just not to confuse the whole time-space continuum here. But then you'll check out the Getting Started checklist, which actually you've already received that via email. So more than likely you won't need to open it up here. There is a link to the Orientation to Online Learning information. So as a prospective web-enhanced or hybrid or online instructor, it's always good to know that this website, this content exists, so that way as you're leading your students toward knowing more about Blackboard and so on, you can send them to the Orientation to Online Learning website for additional information. So that way you can be assured that your students are familiar with Blackboard and the learning environment, and maybe even a little further into how to post discussion forum, threads, participating or submitting assignments, checking their grades, completing quizzes, etc. Okay. The next thing that you'll want to do in the DDOC class is read my welcome. So there's a little bit of biographical information about me, as well as a little pep rally to get started in the course. You know, caveats, do's, don'ts. It's just a simple one-pager. Next up is the course syllabus. Make sure you open, read, print, or open it, print it, and then read it. I like the online environment as much as the next person, but I like to print things out and highlight and write notes and all that good stuff on printed paper. Then we have the assessment checklist, and I'll go ahead and click on this one just to show you what one of these documents look like. And these are basically all of the assignments for the course with their point values, you know, what module that they'll be made available in, as well as due dates, points earned. You know, you can print this and kind of keep tabs here, or you can just go to the My Grades section, view your grade, view the instructor feedback, and know there or with a relatively accurate level of confidence what your current grade is in the course. Okay, so go ahead and close that. The next thing that you'll do is participate in a doodle poll, so that way I can identify 1 or 2 days that best meet or fit everyone's schedules to do collaborate sessions, which are basically real-time meetings that we'll do online. Okay, and you'll only be required to participate in 2 of the sessions over the course of the 12 weeks. So they're definitely optional. But if you have questions or concerns, you want me to go over something, and let's say Tuesday night at 8 o'clock is, fits your schedule, log in, ask questions. We can share screens, so that way you can see my screen or I can see your screen, and we can work things out. Or even beyond that, we can meet up and collaborate at a time that fits your schedule as well. Okay? So participating in the doodle poll. Then you'll participate in the welcome and introduction. So you'll tell us a little bit about who you are, what your current thoughts are about online learning, and then also what you expect or hope to learn in this class. Okay. And then last but not least, there's a little course information quiz that has some questions relative to the course syllabus, the assessment checklist, maybe a little bit about me to make sure that you've read all of these documents. Okay, then you'll get into Module 1, and then you'll read the Module 1 overview and then get started there. But You'll get into Module 1 in week 1, but you'll continue on in Module 1 throughout the week into week number 2. So, okay. Well, my 10 minutes is about up. I'll go ahead and stop there. And I look forward to seeing some fabulous conversation and discussion in the discussion forums. And I also look forward to seeing what all kinds of activities you all develop over the next few months. Okay. I will see you all later. Bye-bye.